Hey guys, sorry about that. I gave Phoenix another try real quick. It did work, but I don't know, it still looked really. It looked like the 3DO, I guess. I don't know. What can I say? When you have the PC version available to you, the DOS version, uh, might as well just go with that. So let's do it. Let's do it up. Jack in the Dark, I haven't tried yet. Shit. 1 second.
The attorney's letter came as a deep shock
Shit, how
to
do you...
me.
Fuck.
My Uncle Jeremy had died by his own hand. The coroner's report was unequivocal.
On. Let's try that again. How do you exit full screen again? I forgot. Ah. This is not going. This is not going the way I was supposed to. Sorry. Okay. Okay. Get out of my way. Uh, do, do, do. This is the professionalism that you are always looking for. You only get it here. There's Emily.
The attorney's letter came as a deep shock to me. My Uncle Jeremy had died by his own hand. The coroner's report was unequivocal. He hanged himself in the loft. My initial surprise and distress past, I considered the news. It seemed clear that Derceto had exercised a thoroughly morbid influence on my uncle's mind. That creaking old mansion with its unusual taste.
I just realized the 3DO version has all the text clustered into one page. I wonder if the FM Towns version is similar.
My uncle could not resist reading in spite of his...
You know, something I just learned today that's interesting
Fate had pointed its finger.
is they were working, or they had planned
Mr.
on
Carter,
a
the family
32X
lawyer,
version.
suggested selling the old house. I immediately opposed the idea. My duty is clear. I must go to Derceto. I tremble at the thought of those dark corridors, those brooding portraits. Yet I am convinced that Uncle Jeremy left a note, a letter of some kind explaining his fateful decision. I remember his voice saying, "Look at the piano, Emily. Look harder. Maybe the secret drawer will yield up an explanation." I have the feeling things will not be so simple. Life is a mystery containing more mysteries. Jeremy taught me that much. Now is the time to confront the mysteries. Derceto is waiting for me. I pray that my fear is nothing more than the fruit of my imagination.
Is waiting for me.
Nothing will ever persuade me that my uncle was insane. But why did he,
According to the police report, block the loft window with the old wardrobe? I am not Senator Lindsey Graham with my lisp. Yeah, so I guess they were planning on or working on a Sega 32X version of this and the second game, actually. Pretty freaking cool. The 32X definitely could have ran this game. I don't know about the second game, because the second game seems a bit longer, but this game's not very long at all. It's like maybe an hour, 2 hours tops, depending on how slow you are. But there was definitely more graphic intensive games on the 32X than this. Excuse me. I don't know how well it would have run it. I don't know if it could have run it at a full 30 frames, but it definitely, it would have been cool to see it though. Have a, like, the first 3D survival horror game on a Sega console. Alone in the Dark is basically where I think it all starts. I know there's people point to that NES game Sweet Home, I think. They point to that, and there may be some other ones. I've heard of some European computer games as well that could also kind of take that crown. Another game I'm thinking of is Dead of the Brain, but that's more of like a text-based adventure. There's Zombie on the Atari ST that came out in 1988 or 89. Okay. Yeah. Now that is interesting. I don't remember it ever starting up with that. Maybe it's just because there's more sound. I wish I could shrink it down a little bit. It's a little too, filling up the screen, but whatever, I'll take it. It's widescreen too, which kind of looks strange. Like, I know it's not supposed to be. Whoops. I was playing the second one earlier on 3DO and the Saturn. I played it briefly on both of those, and oh my god, it is so difficult. The beginning, you basically have to get lucky that the enemies just don't shoot at you before you can shoot at them. Forget what those are referred to in the official guide. I'd have to take a look at it. Yeah, good luck, zombie. Asshole. I don't think there's anything. Like, this looks awesome. Imagine if this was running on a 32X. Looked like this. That'd be pretty freaking impressive, right? Alright.
Fragment of the myth of the golden fleece.
Although it probably would not have been able to do the music and the voices.
As Faraday's publication.
Then Perseus came across Ichios, who had been turned into stone. He spoke to his companions and said, "Beware of the Medusa. He who looks into their eyes is doomed to the same fate as that which befell poor Ichios, and will never more set eyes on Serapos." "Must we go blindfolded?" asked Eumolpus. "Take up your bronze shields and polish them until they flash in the sun," answered Perseus. "Fill your hearts with courage. May Artemis guide us as though we were an arrow from her quiver."
This book does give you... These books aren't just here for entertainment. They are here to kind of give you tips on what to do later on.
Is 3 inches of sharpened metal not enough to destroy these accursed creatures? Then Perseus drew his sword, which shone and glittered in the sun, and with it he dazzled Eumolpus. "Now what can you see?" the companions of Zeus' sons laughed. "Let us set to work, so that our shields may shine like mirrors."
Okay. Alright, now we don't need that. Back away. Because she'll just walk into it.
They are coming! I have freed hellish forces, and now the price must be paid. Derceto is the prey of evil. The sun has set. They will find my body, but will not have my soul. I can imagine the master's fury and the terror in the hearts of his slaves. I hear their footsteps.
I love the voice
Some may
acting.
understand what
It
I
is
have
so
done.
good.
May
some of the
God
best voice
forgive
acting
me.
in any game, at least in the 90s.
Jeremy Hartwood.
So good. And it's funny because when you play the New Nightmare, the one that came out in 2001, it's completely opposite. It's terrible. Terrible. And it's the same company. So, like, I mean, I imagine they probably, at that point, were like, we're not pouring any more money into this. Actually, I should play that game. The PS2 version. That's a game that not a lot of people know. I mean, everybody knows of the PS1 version, and even less people know about the Dreamcast version, which looks really good. Could play the Dreamcast version, but the PS2 version looks amazing, especially if you use it with an emulator and upscale it. Alright, now we can get rid of this. You can throw it, but a lot of times it just ends up not going anywhere. Alright. Alright, just make sure that I can open doors. I was playing this quite a bit last summer, but I can't remember what order of rooms I went in. Okay, yeah. So there's a key, I believe it's... Is it in here? No, it's in the desk. There we go. Ugh. No, fuck. Alright. Once they get you in that. That's right. Alright, I've lost 9 health. Fuck face. Push the table across the chair, I mean, across the room. We'll take the key, throw it. Should be another one, I think, coming right around the corner here. Yep. Very janky. The fighting, I mean, it's very tough. Oh my god, it's such a small one, too. Where am I at now? Alright, I am not off to a good start. Shoot. Alright, I need my gun out now. Okay. Found a key. Oh, I think it goes to the dresser. Yes. Alright, that was it. See, it's kind of hard to tell, but in the middle of that floor right there, here in the hallway, if I step over that, I'll fall right through the floor. Which is actually kind of funny to watch, excuse me. I apologize for my burping. I don't like that. Especially on, like, into the microphone. Okay.
Ah.
Alright. Can't refill the flask, unfortunately. Can't refill that. I think that's everything in here, right? No water. No water. Okay. I should remember this stuff. I do remember some of the major things, but especially the beginning, since I've done this part so many times. Okay, this part sucks. What do I have for health? 13. Ugh. I shouldn't have lost any. Alright, so oh shit. Oh, that's right. You have to put him in this. Ugh. You know what? I'm gonna start over. I'm not doing good. At least you could skip stuff quickly. Alright, I'm not gonna bother with the, I'm not gonna bother with the documents and stuff since we already know what's on them. I just gotta get out of here quickly before the creatures show up. Alright. No, we just leave. Thankfully, old games like this, they can't follow you. Or can they? Seems like some of the zombies can, but I don't think they can. I don't know, maybe there's like repercussions for not blocking those entrances up there, but as far as I know, they aren't. Not. I love that. Alright, let's see if we could do this without... Oh my god, it's literally gonna get in my way. Oh. Kicked his ass right into the next room. That's great. Gotta wait for this dummy to show up. What? This is, oh my god. They're way too fast. Well, too fast compared to half of my attacks. She has this slow kick, this slow punch, and this quicker punch. Now, Carnby has the same attacks. Does he start with a revolver? I think he does. I think he might start with a handgun. In number 2, he has the kick move, and he also has a headbutt. Here it comes. Shit. Great. I missed a shot. It's not the end of the world. Now you don't even get the chance to whip it across the room. It just breaks instantly. Alright, so leave me alone. I screwed up. So I'm doing better this time. I mean, I have one less rifle round, but that's not gonna... That won't affect us too much. As long as I don't keep missing shots. But number 2, you start with the... You don't start with a Tommy gun, but you do get your hands on a Tommy gun quickly. And, you have a lot of ammo. You start with, like, I think 30 rounds for the Tommy gun. And... Wait a second. Did I lose 10 health? You start with 20.
Oh.
That's not good. Oops. See, it just dropped to her feet anyways. So you have the Tommy gun, but the aiming system is just like in this game, so it's very hard to aim and hit your enemies. With the Tommy gun, you go through those bullets quick. Alright, so this is where you put the mirror. They make a funny screaming noise when they die. So I think this is the reference to Medusa. Come on. I don't know why that scream makes me laugh. It's so ridiculous. Ah! Deborah, why'd you put those mirrors up? You know I don't like looking at myself. Uh-oh. Alrighty. Okay, this is tricky. Alright. We avoided the armor. Nope. Shit. Sorry. Was that everything? I think it was just the shotgun shells, right? Don't need that. So, that pink blob on the chair is not a stain. That's supposed to be a ghost. I know. It doesn't look like it. Now it looks like it. You can clearly tell that it's just a outline, like a pinkish outline of Emily. It's the same character model. Poker, matchbox. Uncle Jeremy with me. We'll get the hell out of here. Alright, so what do we have? A matchbox? What the fuck do we... Oh! With the, what's the poker for, though? Shit. I don't want to go in there just yet. Oh yeah, here's the, final encounter. You know, it's funny, I got to the end of the game last summer, and then for whatever reason, I didn't actually finish it. First floor. Alright, we gotta go in here, take that jug, get out of it. This thing can't be killed. So. Yes. Yes! Haha! He can reach us from the door, so you have to be careful. That's annoying. Right. So we got to put the lamp on the floor. That way it stays lit. And then we can explore. Heavy statue, book. Anything else? Ah, bullets. Nothing. Alright, let's grab our lamp. Alright, and we can put that away. I think this is the painting room. Yes, it is. Okay, so first thing we have to do excuse me. First, actually, let's read the book.
A Brightness from Afar by Lord Boleskine, an account of his celebrated voyage to New England, 1824, Alistair Publications, Cambridge.
Following a splendid journey, the sunny harbour came into sight. The locals were much impressed with one's arrival in their midst. One had time to sketch several of them and notice signs of degeneracy. Some children showed one their queer hands that would inspire uneasiness. Upon the promise of a few coins, a child is undertaken to reveal to one a most prodigious phenomenon of a natural order. One admits to being skeptical as to the prodigiousness of the marvel, whatever it may be. Indeed, one suspects it to be little more than an evening stroll to some charming wooden hut situated in the forest hereabouts. One will nonetheless go, for it is always well to submit to such local enthusiasms. One admits to being somewhat flabbergasted. The Milky Way shone like the fires of the apocalypse from the inky celestial vault. Certain distant stars, normally invisible to the naked eye, were clearly visible, glittering indeed with a strange intensity. The heavy clouds that had settled above the village had no hold over that place. It would be pointless to offer here the names of the constellations one perceived in utter clarity. Apart from the interminable length of such a list, one might conceivably risk being charged with exaggeration.
Sorry.
The cross cast its shadow on the ground. The sea in the distance was dead calm. Tonight, one will return to that spot and draw those stars. Tomorrow night, one will at last see Halley's comet in all its brilliance. The youngster will carry torches, despite one's developed sense of direction. Honed by years of travel, one feels incapable of finding one's way through the dark forest unaided. The drawings will, one is convinced, set light to the souls of men. Such a moon! One lost count of the craters, so sharply was their definition. Loath as one is to seem excessive in one's appraisal, one cannot but feel that the forest clearing is indeed a place outside the common laws of time and space. Surely it is not an hallucination. How strange to consider that idle conversation, some research in the British Museum, and a voyage to this backward village should culminate in so astounding a discovery. It may be that others have noticed the extraordinary nature of that place. How else could one explain the presence of that cross?
There we go. So you cover up the painting, but we can't do anything else just yet because we don't have the arrows, but we should have those any minute. Alright, so this statue. Yes. Oh, that's right. That's right. We have a sword fight later on. Oh, right. This is the first floor. I was up on the second floor. Alright. I think this is where the arrows are. Yes, it is. Okay. Good thing I just saved it. You don't have much room as soon as you start taking arrows. Eee. Thankfully, they can't leave the room. So we should be okay. Alright, so now kitchen. Oh, right. Yeah, that's a pot of human flesh. You know, it doesn't really matter. I don't think the knives are really used for anything. Ah. What do we have? What's in my right? Ah, nice. Okay. Just trying to. Jug is used for. Oh. Did I take it? Okay. A biscuit box. I think there's something in it. Oh, no, never mind. It's an eating item. That's why I don't throw shit normally. Oh, right. Okay. Uh-oh. Three health, okay. I forgot that happened. Do we need the oil can? I mean, how much is in my lamp? $47. What? Really? Okay. You know what? Let's get rid of these arrows. That'll make up some space. I don't know what that purple creature is, but he makes, like, for some reason he reminds me of the Cookie Monster. He's got a big cartoonish mouth. Oh. That's funny. There's another save back on the second floor painting room. Alright, so you're supposed to use the bow and arrow here. You can actually just throw the arrows, though. See what I mean? You actually don't need the arrow, bow and arrow. Don't need it. But that's how we can get through this stupid room. Actually, I don't think we need any of the bows, or any of the arrows now. I believe they're all just for this spot. Shit. There's Jeremy's bedroom. There's that bow. You probably can use it as a weapon, and maybe it's powerful. I don't know. Ah. Nope. I think we definitely have to do something with that clock. I just can't think of what. Oh, it's a fake book. Yeah, I really wish they ported these back to the, or not back. What am I saying? I wish they ported the first 3 Alone in the Darks on PlayStation. They only ported the second game. Same with the Saturn. But the 3DO got both. I think Chrysalis Software, if I'm correct, did the ports. Alright, let me go get that shoebox. See what the hell's in it. Oh, you know what? I think that's the revolver. Yes, I believe it is. And I can put the jug in this water. Where's that jug? Now we have a jug full of water. Alright. Yes, it's the revolver. And we have some bullets. So now it's got 12 rounds in it. Alright, so trying to remember. I'm gonna save it. I think this is the room with the zombies. Yes. Shit. There we go. And they all take their seats. I love it. Nothing. Then where does my key go to? Oh, shit. Yes. Gotta put that out. What the hell? There we go. Just leave the room. Perfect. Oh, did that affect her health? Oh my god, yeah, it did. Holy shit. It went down a lot. That's great. Record book. I don't know what the record is for.
Memories by Alistair Boleskine. Printed in London, A. Machin, editor, 1833.
It was during a conversation with G that one first heard of the New England fishing village of I. The area was apparently the ideal place from which to witness unusual phenomena in space. The quality of the air, along with the conjunction of several favorable factors, made one impatient to get started. Having gleaned what information one could from the British Museum, one set off with all haste. One's work on space and comets in particular had met with a warm response, and one thought it judicious to include several original sketches of the phenomenon, sketches which one felt were sure to arouse a great deal of keen interest in the scientific circles of 1834. One refers naturally to the passage of Halley's comet.
Editor's note: Lord Boleskin's memoirs end at this point. Who knows what extraordinary contributions he might still have made had he not succumbed during his visit to New England to dementia, followed by an early death in St. Andrew's Hospital.
Okay. Good, back to the regular music. Don't need that. Wait a minute. And it's still playing. Don't you use that for the dance hall? I don't know. But we can get rid of the matches now. Since we have the lighter. Alright. I must be doing something wrong. Alright, whatever. That's nice. Ah. Thought I missed something. I love that big purple grape in the tub. I wonder if anybody has played the well, obviously some people have played it, but I haven't. The remake, retelling, whatever you want to call it, of this game. I haven't played it. I really don't have any interest in playing it, but the graphics look pretty good. Alright, let's see. What the hell? The key is in my inventory. Sword. Where'd I get this? It came after the sword. The sword I got from the statue, so I threw the statue. Was it in the kitchen? Anyways.
The Creatures of Night by Hubertus the Bald, translated from Latin by his brother in prayer, Fratre Johann Marcus.
Of monstrosity.
You who read me know that night engenders monsters and that night creatures exist. The accursed book of Abdul al-Hazred is clear on this matter. That is not dead which can eternal lie. Unhappy he who knows that book.
Oh. That is not dead, which can eternal lie. Unhappy he who knows that book.
Unhappy he whose eyes alight upon that foulest of texts. Unhappy he who implores the standing stones, for he will free the powers of darkness. Of the pit. Stagnant waters are like the memory of men. Beneath the surface calm, clawed beasts await and are known to initiates as the deep ones. Awaiting his prey, the deep one seizes him and drags him down to the abyss, where Dagon, the cruel god, swims and reveres him whose name may not be pronounced.
The deep one seizes him and drags him down to the abyss, where Dagon, the cruel, swims and reveres him.
Of libraries. Unhappy he who frees the prowler. Unhappy he who meets the prowler erring among the books. He generates the vagabond that comes from other spheres. He believes the vagabond does not exist. He will feel the embrace of death, for in the eyes of the vagabond, books are no more than dreams, stone no more than wind. The vagabond knows how to take the breath of the reckless. Of strife.
That's a reference to the
Does not
next
know,
area we go
and
into.
believes he is able to kill the creatures of the night. Folly. Evil is conjured up by science and secrecy.
Did the AI not be able to pronounce that letter right there? P-H-E. He who prowls. That's weird. He who prowls among books will perish by the blade. He who flies in the dark caverns will scream in fear. He who swims in the depths will evaporate. But he who believes
prowls among books will perish by the blade. He who flies in the dark.
He who knows says nothing.
Of death.
Sorry, buddy.
There
We beat you
are
to the
domains
punch.
more terrible than death. That is not dead which can eternal lie. Each creature is conjured up and is not dead, but returns to the origins. A monster, a science. Steel kills the vagabond who never dies.
Alright. Steel kills the vagabond who never dies.
Translator's note. Here ends the manuscript of Hubertus, who died in the library of the convent of Teruella in the year of our Lord 1666. Requiescat in pace.
Requiescat in pace. I assume that is the old saying of R.I.P. Rest in peace. Press F to pay respect for Hubertus. Okay. No. No. Alright, so the library is coming up. It's right... You can kind of see it. It's right here. Nope. Sorry, it's across the hall. Alright, so you can clearly see it's lit. But once we go in there, we have to take out our oil lamp. And then we need to set it down. That way we can still conduct man business. Uh-oh, there he is. There's the vagabond. There's a mechanism to trigger. Haha. Okay. Holy crap, how much shit do I have to take? Alright. Don't need that one. That looks just like one of the regular knives. Don't need that one. And one of these books causes instant death. I believe that's the book that causes instant death.
Juan Luis Jorge, de Biblioteca. Reflections on the power of the verb in certain texts. Archaeos Publications, 1919, Stafford.
Translation does not alter the occult power contained within such forbidden texts. The malevolent energy is in no way diminished. The spell must be cast aloud and clearly, in certain languages or little-known dialects. Maglafar Batang. The reader will understand that, in the light of these revelations, I would be foolhardy to continue quoting from the text I have before me. If spoken aloud in its entirety, it would surely awaken powerful and malignant forces. I will go further and say that simple reading of some of the more technical passages describing specific practices is in itself a perilous exercise. The ill-prepared reader can easily fall prey to attacks of demented hysteria, not unlike those described in cases of individuals said to be possessed by evil spirits. I recommend the study made by Zempf, Urbain, Grandier, and Loudon, and the reports made by the Reverend Richard Price concerning a number of astonishing, to say the least, exorcisms carried out in a parish near Providence. Given what I have written, we must be grateful to the librarians of the British Museum, who have never allowed consultation of the work of Al-Azib's startling work, the infamous Necronomicon.
Yeah, we don't want that. You know what it did to,
Copies of that work
Bruce Campbell.
in spite of the zeal of book-burning inquisitors. For proof, we need look no further than the British Museum, of course, and the sealed archives of the Miskatonic University in Arkham. Other examples of books whose evil can be unleashed by any thoughtless reader are von Jutz's von unersprechlichen Kulten, and the abominable De Vermis Mysteries by Ludwig Prien, whose sordid death should be a lesson to all those tempted by a study of the occult.
Yeah, I'm definitely one of those who were stupid enough to read that book the first time. Actually, I think I read it twice. So basically, it's just detailing books that can let out evil.
The Sacrificial Dagger, Otto Stern, Lumina Books.
The importance placed on ritual sacrifice is constant in religious cult practice. Propitiating the gods is a theme common to many religions. The Old Testament affords many examples. Primitive polytheistic belief systems integrate sacrifice in their rituals as part of the recurrent process of reaffirmation and, naturally enough, group cohesion. The members of their social and religious community come together in an act of purification and atonement. It would be erroneous to imagine the act of human sacrifice.
Alright.
The knife with a sinusoidal blade that must be dipped 7 times, on night when the moon is full, in water that has been distilled 100 times, will be laid
100?
aside, since it would send a vagabond back into his own dimension. See illustration.
So that's the dagger we need to use to send the purple thing.
The priest will rather choose the dagger with a curved blade. That is more appropriate for slitting of the lamb's throat. This act
Okay, thank you. Alright. What's this one?
The Book of Yael, Signs of Stone.
Numerous devilish cults speak of monstrous creatures called... What serious student of folk myths has not come across the names of Cthulhu and Shub-Niggurath? It must be said that these creatures wield tremendous power and are difficult to control once they have been... For those misguided servants of evil, the best protection appears to be that afforded by the sign of the most ancient gods, engraved in Manar stone, a heavy material said to be disagreeable to the touch.
Alright. And that just details the talisman that we have taken. So let's... I can't throw the parchment. I guess as well. Alright, so... Alright, where is he? We're gonna do him in. He's actually kind of cool looking. Love it. Oh, whoops. Dummy. Alright, I think that's gonna do it for tonight. I will save it. Alright. I was hoping I could get this done quickly. We are almost done. I think there's less than an hour, definitely, of stuff to go. We need to... Gotta go down to the basement. And... Gotta go down to the basement and... there's that room, the ballroom. That's a little tricky. You have to do that. And then the basement area, the caves, is kind of tricky too. But yeah, it doesn't equate to much. So yeah, thank you for joining. It was a shorter stream than I thought. I just got on super late, but thank you for joining